for free. You know you got power. They ain't trying to throw the whole bag at me. Oh yeah, I know I got power. I got power. Okay, I got power. I said, put in the hours.
Look at you. Your feet's down on the floor. I told you, you don't have it.
Greetings from 2K Sports. Welcome to our Wednesday night coverage of the NBA with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. So a moment now to see the story for Anthony Edwards.
And he's had a rough past 5 games. He's had trouble finding his offensive rhythm and just hasn't been as effective as he'd like to be on that end. But this is something all players go through, and I'm sure he'll fight his way back.
And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Vassell and Johnson are the 2 and the 3. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Zach Collins. And it's Sohan in at the point guard position. And for the Timberwolves, inside we got Towns and Gobert. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Mike Conley. And it's Edwards in at the 3. And a battle of the bigs tonight, Grant. Something we're seeing a little more of lately.
And you know this league is a copycat league, and right now the trend is about teams looking for size and skill. Big guys who can pretty much do everything. That's the thing about the NBA. It's always adapting and always evolving.
And the Spurs start out with the ball. Outside Johnson. The 3 from Wembanyama. Alexander-Walker grabs the board. Outside Conley. It's Edwards on the wing. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, Anthony Edwards with that frame on the interior, such a tough check.
Vassell left side. And the 17-footer goes down.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
And the shot's good.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
Well, Doris, the Timberwolves have made consecutive playoff appearances. That's a win for this team.
Well, when you consider that hadn't been done in this organization going all the way back to 2004, it does show they are moving in the right direction. The next step, obviously, they have to win a series.
Oh, and Johnson with a block.
A solid defender. Johnson using that athleticism on defense to perfection right there.
Clock at 6. Alexander-Walker, the pass to Edwards. Towns for 3. Connects from downtown.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
The Spurs have gone 1 for 3 so far. Vassell finds Wembanyama. Outside Johnson. Collins a screen. Pass to Sohan. Here's Vassell. Hits the trifecta. Vassell's got 5.
You know, he's so smooth on his catch-and-shoot jump shots, and Vassell has a natural rhythm on him, too.
Tries the 9-footer, and that one hits the back iron. The Spurs have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Well, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down hard.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Edwards. Consistent production from him, averaging just over 26 a game. Pass to Alexander-Walker. There's a screen. Elbow shot. Got it. Edwards got his second basket of the night.
Well, if you find yourself in between in that mid-range area, Anthony Edwards so confident. Rise and fire, young sir.
And there's the lob. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
I mean, it seems like you could throw it up to Wembanyama on every offensive possession, and he'll slam it home.
And so it's Minnesota with it, coming off a win against the Hornets.
And as a rule of thumb, the road can really test your team's depth. But they all stepped up and collectively produced a lot of points.
Well, how about the job they got from their bench? That productivity was a major part of the outcome.
Buries it from 3. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Edwards looking for an opening. 3-pointer. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Oh, that is a stone-cold 3 by the Ant-Man.
Time call here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Anderson comes in for Anthony Edwards. Brown, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And Milton subbed in for Mike Conley. And it's Jones with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. And Doris, Anthony Edwards has lived up to the expectations. He continues to get better each year.
He does, B.A., and let's remember, as a former #1 pick, that carries a lot of weight and responsibility. But Ant is a guy who embraces that pressure. He wants the spotlight, and he puts in the work to be great. His future is bright.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Steps back. And there's a whistle that goes on Doug McDermott. That's his first foul of the game. And it's time to take another look at that powerful block.
That'll put some fear into the shooters, and he made sure to do it early, too.
Reed for 3. San Antonio with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Vassell. Back to McDermott. Now Vassell. Shot clock at 6. McDermott with a screen on Brown. Here's Jones. Nails the wide open jumper.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now here's Anderson. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Brown. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
And that one falls for Towns.
When Towns is healthy, he is an absolute force on the offensive end of the floor.
It's both from the stripe.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Good if it goes. Oh, got it off in time, but it's no good. Devin Vassell has been on display for San Antonio. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. All right, guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
So on the floor for the Spurs, they've got Trey Jones, Doug McDermott out there with Wembanyama, and it's Branham in at the 2 spot. Brown, that's good.
The unselfish play by Anthony Edwards' teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
Wembanyama against Anderson. They grab their own miss. And the basket is good. Wembanyama's got 6.
That'll drive your coach crazy. failing to box out. Ugh.
And to me, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Now here's Milton. Still no points. And we've heard some, like Greg Popovich, say that three-pointers are becoming too prevalent. Doris, you think they overwhelm other parts of the game?
You know what? There is obviously a heavy emphasis on two things: three-point shooting and restricted area attempts. I think the feeling is the mid-range has been eliminated, but here's what I know, BA. To win a playoff series, that mid-range game comes back into play. And again, I go back to the point that I have been consistent about. To me, the game is still in a great place.
Now here's Jones. As far as his production, he's averaging about 8 points per game. And he lobs it up to the rim. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
The Timberwolves trail. Pass to Edwards. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. He's got 9.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Out of bounds, the Timberwolves will take it. And let's see what the Minnesota Timberwolves have coming up. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Steven Adams and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Monday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And for that game against Indiana, that's a game where you'd be surprised to see them lose. They'd have to have a really off night for them to get upset there.
Rudy Gobert's checked in for the Timberwolves. Conley comes in for Milton. Right side Edwards. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Branham misses. And so Conley will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their next game is at FedEx Forum in Memphis for a matchup with the Grizzlies. It'll be the start of a 3-game trip on the road. Now here's Reed. He's closely guarded. Just 5 on the clock. Picked by Gobert. Anderson for 3. They get it back with the clock winding down. And Gobert with the stuff.
We always know this has been a strength of Rudy Gobert, getting the offensive window. Nicely done.
Here's Wembanyama. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Grant, some think of Gobert as just a defensive specialist, but he's proven to be more than that.
Yeah, B.A., I like how Rudy uses his height to his advantage inside. Focuses on taking high percentage shots that come to him naturally.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
After their big trade with Rudy Gobert, it's taken a while for the Wolves to gel. Gobert said, quote, "It just comes with the time and trust. Basketball is never perfect, but we can punish all kinds of defenses by making the right play and finding the open man. With that mindset, we are going to keep getting better. I'm confident in our abilities." Brian?
Well, that's the way you have to look at it, Allie. Thank you. Karl Anthony Towns has checked in for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker comes in for Edwards. Collins, he's checked in for San Antonio. Vassell comes in for Branham. And that one's good from Conley.
Well, this guy could have powered on the interior, but goes to the floater game. This is one of his specialties.
Wembanyama, pass to Collins. Towns against Wembanyama. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Towns outside. Back to Conley. It's tipped. Back come the Spurs in transition. Pass to Vassell. Outside Wembanyama. Launches it. Minnesota with a rebound.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Outside Conley. And he lobs it up top. Stolen by Vassell. Here they come with numbers in transition. And Collins with the slam.
And it's good to see Vassell find the open man as he continues to evolve as a playmaker.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. Five to shoot. Towns with the ball. Covered by Wembanyama. That shot is off. Outside Johnson. Here's Vassell. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the San Antonio Spurs. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
I'm here with Coach Greg Popovich. And, Coach, you look at the offensive execution for this team. What are you seeing?
I think they've done a pretty good job in moving the basketball, keeping up the pace, because we've been playing in mud a little bit lately, but the pace has been pretty good.
Hopefully that pace continues in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break, ready for the third quarter.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far.
Looking at San Antonio, they're letting the losses stack up. It can dim your confidence and your playoff chances. They need to make some changes, maybe in their lineup, maybe shot selection, something.
And now looking at where things stand at the half, there's some work to be done for the Timberwolves.
Their defense is about as soft as hush puppies, giving the offense buffet all they can eat.
Speaking of hush puppies, I like your footwear today. And you're getting me hungry. Put some okra in that fryer.
Oh, okra.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Victor Wembanyama really making a difference here.
He's been on a tear so far, throwing down some vicious dunks. I was a little worried for the rim in the first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
At the forward spots, a pair of #1 picks in Edwards and Towns. Mike Conley out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Gobert in at the center position. And that's the group from Chris Finch as we begin the second half. Sohan, pass to Johnson. Collins against Gobert. Outside Wembanyama. And he drives in. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Towns. Those advanced numbers for Karl Anthony Towns are incredible, Doris.
NBA, obviously those advanced numbers are something all organizations look at. Cat's got one of the top offensive ratings in NBA history. And listen, his three-point stroke opens up the floor. He can also put it on the deck. He's very efficient. There's a lot to like about Cat. Almost inescapable, that 7'9" wingspan. Send it back, big Rudy Gobert.
Oh, a nice shot by Collins.
And he can get that shot anytime. He really can shoot over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Whenever it's Johnson slamming it, we can feel it over here.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Pass to Edwards. Now here's Gobert. Now Edwards. 11 points in the game. The kick out to Conley. Jacks up a three. It's tipped. Here's Sohan. Edwards pulls it in. Inside. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Edwards has gotten 4 this quarter.
I think his teammates understand that Anthony Edwards has every aspect of his offensive game working, so let's make sure he's got the basketball.
Now here's Collins. A reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game. Wembanyama against Towns. Wembanyama, no good. The Timberwolves have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Edwards against Johnson. Edwards, a pass to Towns. Fires for 3. And Edwards, good for 3. Now just a 2-point San Antonio lead.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from 3.
Wembanyama, pass to Johnson. Vassell, outside. Outside for Wembanyama. Lets it go from deep. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
Shot is good by Edwards.
Boy, every time he goes up now, it just looks like the shot's going in. He's perfect from the field in this quarter.
Now a timeout called by San Antonio. Anderson's checked in for the Timberwolves. And San Antonio with a change here too. Jones is checked in. And it's Jones with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Following this one, they get to host the Bulls. And that's a 1-game homestand for the club. Vassell against Anderson. Vassell can't get it to go.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Anthony Edwards carries a swagger about him. He said, quote, "I am the most confident person in the world. I've always felt like I'm the best at everything I did." Coach Finch said, quote, "He is super confident. He's real and he's genuine. A lot of guys have a confidence that hides in insecurity. He is not that. He knows who he is as a person and as a player." Brian?
Yeah, great point. Thank you, Allie. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Gobert. Brown comes in for Anthony Edwards. And Milton subbed in for Mike Conley.
It should be a 2-point lead, but they'll be satisfied to have edged into the lead.
San Antonio leading. Vassell with it, picked up by Reed. Lets it fly. San Antonio again missing.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
They now take the lead. Brown's got 5.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Well, the Spurs shooting pretty well at 45%. Vassell against Anderson. Outside Jones. They set the pick. And he's going for the lob! A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go, neither able to land the knockout blow.
And we've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. And there's the foul. It's on Keldon Johnson. That's his first foul of the game.
He didn't have his feet planted.
A remarkable defensive play. The replay showing once again the tenacity on that end.
What a powerful rejection. He's not wanting them to get an advantage in this competitive game.
Outside Milton. Right wing. Over Jones. Milton, no good.
Boy, a clean, close look. What a missed opportunity.
Here's Sohan. Pass to Johnson. Here's Vassell. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. 3/4 of play and a close one here. Spurs out in front, up by 1. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the 4th in what is still anybody's ball game. So on the floor for the Spurs, Doug McDermott out there with Jetty Osman. Then it's Trey Jones. Then it's Victor Wembanyama. And it's Branham in at the shooting guard position. No good on the second free throw.
No one expected to see that. He's been owning the line as of late.
And they double up Edwards. Back to Anderson. Outside Edwards. And that one's long. San Antonio with the ball. They lead by 1. Pass to Wembanyama. And stolen by Edwards. Driving inside. San Antonio with a rebound. Here's Osman. From deep, Wembanyama. Ooh, he connects. His 7th basket. He's 7 of 15 now.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Pass to Reed. Six on the shot clock. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the paint. Goes back up. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. And now a 6-point Spurs lead.
Yeah, the control from Wemby. I mean, this guy is unreal.
And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the 4th. Shot is good by Edwards.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Towns comes in for Anderson. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Brown. And Conley subbed in for Milton. So San Antonio going with almost an entire new group here. Collins, he's checked in for Osman. Johnson comes in for McDermott. Vassell, he's checked in for Branham. And Sohan subbed in for Jones. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Over the last break, I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was telling his team. Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
Thank you for that, Allie. The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 in the 4th and looking confident on offense. Wembanyama down low. Towns on him. An easy 2 on the layup. Wembanyama's got 21.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Gobert with a screen on Johnson. Here's Edwards. And the shot goes.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
Vassell passes to Collins. Outside Johnson. Here's Vassell. Outside Johnson. To the inside. Wembanyama. Second chance effort. And he banks in the layup. 23 points in the game.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Edwards against Johnson. The kick out to Conley. To the middle. Gobert passes to Edwards. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the 4th. Johnson with the defensive effort. Down low. Vassell's shot is good. And the Spurs lead by 10.
And when Wings take it down low, good things happen.
And there's the foul. It's on Keldon Johnson. That's foul number 2 for him. And Minnesota calls time here. They're behind by 10. 1:24 left in the 4th quarter. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. The Timberwolves again can't hit on offense. Here is San Antonio. They're on a 13-4 run. The 3 from Wembanyama. And it's Gobert with a rebound. Here's Alexander Walker. Collins defending. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Well, he's got moves and counter moves inside. Towns makes the defender pick his poison.
All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for the Spurs?
The way they've been chasing after their shots in this game is really admirable. Getting them lots of second chance looks at the basket, too.
But they've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They can take their time if they want.
Yes, you have to regroup. Make sure you get a good shot.
Pass to Sohan. Out to the right wing. Towns against Wembanyama. 6 to shoot. Fires the three.
But to me, that's about the length and strength of upper body by Karl Anthony Towns. He's just destroying people with his defense.
Puts it up from 12. Alexander Walker with the bucket. 27 seconds left to play in the fourth. And now we've got an intentional foul. A basket here would give them some breathing room.
Slow down, no need to hurry. Take the best shot available.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Honestly, we have never seen someone like Victor Wembanyama, a skilled 7.5-footer. I mean, the way he moves, it's unreal. And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
Pass to Vassell. And he lobs it up. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
For Vassell to really make an impact, that's what he has to do. Initiate the offense.
And so it's San Antonio easily grabbing this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweeter. This one has to feel extra special.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our 2K team, this is Brian Anderson signing off as we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Victor Wembanyama.